stock take module allows you to do a reconciliation of what is physically available with what the system is saying we should have. We'll click on inventory, stock adjustment, and then first print the stock take sheet. The stock take sheet allows us to get a list of our current quantity on the system on paper or in an external format like Excel. Now click on the stock take sheet, and then we'll pick a number of variables. The idea behind doing selecting the variables is to limit what is printed or what is exported out. For large stores, this is particularly very important. I'll pick the branch, then I'll say branch quantity only or only active products within a certain range. And then I'll click on view. The report shows I can print this, I can export to another format that I can work with outside of the software. I click on the export button, for example. I'll look at it. It shows me the product code, the product name, the packing type, the selling price, and then the available quantity. It also gives a column for um, a column where I can put in the physically available. Like I said earlier, I can export this. I can also print it, which is preferred. And then I'll exit. Then the next thing is for me to start the process of the stock taking itself, and that is by first preparing for stock take, inventory, stock adjustment, then prepare for stock take. Now I'll need to pick the date and time that I want this stock take to reflect. Like we know, inventory is a function of date and time and location. So I'll pick the date and time that I want this stock take quantity to enter to reflect, and then I'll pick the branch, the department, and then I'll save. Now the next thing would be for me to now put in what has been verified physically, and then the system can then do the comparison of what the computer was saying against what is being physically inputted. Now I'll pick the branch department. The date shown on this screen is for information sake only and has no impact on the stock take. So I can double click to pick an item. I can scan if the item has the barcode. I can also alternatively type the product name if I know it in the product name column. All of the three would achieve the same result, and then I would go to the counted quantity and put in the quantity that have been physically verified. So I'll go and then put in the quantity, and then I would save. I can select as many items as is required here, but the advice is that we shouldn't exceed at the most 15 items. You can repeat this process, or this process needs to be repeated for as many items that have been counted. And then once I put in the counted quantity, the system automatically computes for me the difference, either positive or negative. And then I would save or click on the save button, and then this is committed to the database. When I click on save, depending on your version of the software, it shows you what you have inputted by way of check, so that you are sure that okay, truly what I have inputted are saved. I'll close this again and then continue with the stop counting process. Like I said, this process needs to be repeated for as many items as have been physically counted. And then I'll pick another item and click on the save button. And then after this, the next thing would be to do my stock take report. The stock take report is a preliminary report to enable us to detect where there are errors in the stock counting. I'll click on inventory, stock adjustment, and then I'll click on the stock take report. And then I can pick a number of parameters. In this case, I'll just say I want to look at the discrepancies only for all the items. I can select for counted or not counted, and then I'll click on view. Gives me this. Now, should I spot an error in this report, for example, in the counted quantities, I would need to go back to the stock counting module again to re-enter or correct whatever errors that I've observed there. And then I can go back to my stock counting if I've spotted any error. Inventory, stock adjustment, stock counting, and then I'll pick the item. Now notice the color change when I pick an item that we had already entered quantity for. Now you notice now it's showing a different color from the white background, indicating that this item had initially been entered before. This is particularly important for people who do stock count entry on multiple systems, because the implication is that whatever we have entered in the stock counting module, whoever saved last would have his quantity reflecting as the physically available. So we have one or more people who are doing the counting. We have more than one person is doing the counting. Then it is important for us to always consolidate. The next thing would be to do the final stock update, and it's at the point of the stock update that the system overrides whatever quantity was there previously with what has been entered under the stock counting module. So I'll click on the stock update, and then the system would request that I put in the branch and department, and then we don't need to touch the date except in rare circumstances. It shows all the stock start date. The dates are shown for information sake only. Every stock take needs a reference number, and the reference number is what we would use to trace that stock take later. Now we have two checkboxes on the screen: the exclude not counted and then the recompute item cost. It is important that we pay attention, especially It is important that we pay attention especially to the exclude not counted. Where the where the checkbox is ticked, what it means is that we are doing partial stock take, and partial stock take means that whatever we have not counted in the stock counting module should not be touched. The old quantity should be retained. If we uncheck the exclude not counted, what it means is that whatever we have not counted should be taken to zero. Then it says, should I want to do I want to save? I would say yes. And that completes the end of the stock take process itself. Now I can do my variance or discrepancy report by clicking on inventory, stock adjustment, and then I'll click on either the stock count discrepancy report, or I can click on report inventory stock counting slash adjustment. Both of them are the same report. And then I can pick a number of variables. I can pick I need to select the date of the stock take. I can pick the branch department optionally, and then I can pick a number of other options like, okay, I want discrepancy, positive, negative, counted only, not counted, and a host of other variables here. And then once I'm done, I'll click on view to see my stock take report. Now this report shows us what we have counted, and the counted quantity would be what the system would be recording as what is physically available from this time on till another stock take, or there's another action on specific items. Now if it shows the discrepancy shows us either positive or negative or no discrepancy at all. Wherein it shows negative, the difference is negative, it means items have left the store and have not been accounted for properly on the software. Where it shows positive, it means items have entered the store and then they have not been accounted for properly on the system, typically purchases on or transfer in. For the other one that's showing negative, where items have left the store, it could be sale not recorded, it could be transfer out not recorded, it could be expired items physically taken off but not also recorded. Now it's important for us to always reconcile this and then be sure where the error is coming from, such that at the next stock take we